Today I have a Swagtron Swagger 5 electric scooter, and the front tire has a flat. This tire is tubeless and it comes stock with this scooter. And because it's tubeless, I'm going to try and use slam tire sealant and see if this is going to fix a flat on my tire. But first what we're going to do is find out where it's leaking. The first thing we're going to do is to remove the valve core. This bottle comes with a valve core remover, but it's plastic, so I'd rather use this tool instead. The next step is to insert the slam into the tire through this hole on the valve here, and the bottle comes with everything that you need to do that, but I'm going to use a syringe because it's going to be easier and it has a measurement, so we can do this accurately. And I'm going to use about 1.5 ounce, and that's about 45 milliliter. And before you put this in, make sure that you put the valve on the top so that the slime will flow downward. So here we go. Now we put the valve core back in, and then we pump the tire. So next step is to rotate the tire, make sure the slam is evenly distributed. So I turned on the scooter and just let it run for a few minutes. Alright, so I've let it run for about 10 minutes and it seems to not hold air. So I have to refill it 2 times and it's still leaking. So I got my bottle of soapy water here, and let's see where it's leaking. And here we go. You can see clearly it's leaking all over the place. Alright, so it's been about 2 weeks now and it's still leaking. I first pumped it up to about 25 psi, and after 2 weeks went down to about 10 psi. For this tire, 10 psi, I guess you still can ride it, but your battery life will be significantly reduced. I originally only added about 1.5 ounces. So I'm gonna give it another chance. I have a little bit over 2 ounces here, probably 2.25 ounces. So about 2.25 ounces plus 1.5 at the beginning, that's almost 4 ounces, and that's about 120 milliliter. And that's a lot for a tire this size. If this doesn't work, it's gonna be a bust. Here we go, extra 2.25 ounces. And put this back in. Now we inflate it. (25 psi). Now we're going to take it out for a ride. Alright, so I've ran it for about 2 miles and that should be enough. Moment of truth here. Let's check and see if there's any more leaks. Well, I think it is still leaking, but very slowly. Let's take a closer look here. You see that bubble? It is getting bigger and bigger, but it is very slowly getting bigger. See that? It's moving. The particle inside the bubble is moving, but very slowly. So it's still leaking, even though very slowly. So I just need to ride it more. Well, this is when I needed to go out. Nature has a different plan for me. It's been raining, the road is wet, and it's now raining again. So here's my plan. I tape my throttle control to the handlebar so that I can have my wheel spinning freely It's like cruise control. It's not ideal, but it's better than having the chemical pulling down on the bottom of the wheel and stay idle there. It's not gonna do anything. So by spinning the wheel around, I can distribute the chemical evenly. It's not ideal. It's better to ride it and put a load on the tire, but it's not ideal, but it's better than having the wheel sit idle and have the chemical pulling down way on the bottom of the wheel. 6 hours later. Alright, so it's been running continuously non-stop for 6 hours, so that should be more than enough. I'm gonna stop right here. And it looks like it's holding air. I've got my soapy water here, and let's double check and see if there's any more leaks. Wow, it looks like there's no more leaks. So we are looking at this part of the wheel. We see the small bubbles. Usually if there's any leaks, they get larger and larger, but as you can see there, they remain the same size. All stays at the same size. There's absolutely no leaks around the edges here. That's pretty good. And we're gonna check the other side of the scooter as well. And let's zoom in and so we can see more close. And as you can see, there is no more leaks. Spin it around. That looks pretty good. So there you have it. The green slime tire sealant actually works on the tubeless tire from the Swagtron Swagger 5 electric scooter. What I learned from this is that it's not about putting a load on the tire after you add it in. It's about adding an adequate amount of slime into the tire. When I first added 1.5 ounce, it didn't hold air very well, even though I put a load on the tire. But when I added more slime into the tire for a total of 4 ounces or 120 milliliter and spin it around for 6 hours, it actually worked. So it's confirmed that it's working on this tire if you have a leak around the beads of the tire. So now that I have a good tire, I can go fast now. So my next project is to add an external battery, a higher voltage external battery, so that I can go faster. Till next time, thanks for watching.